You think free apps are actually free? Think again. Every single scroll, every passing second you spend staring at that glowing rectangle in your hands is quietly making someone else money. Not just a little money, but hundreds of billions of dollars. Because right now, there's a stealthy business model so incredibly powerful, so deeply embedded in our daily lives, that some of the biggest tech conglomerates in the world use it to generate insane, record-breaking profits without ever asking you to swipe a credit card or pay a single dollar. And once you truly understand how this invisible machine works under the hood, I promise you, you will never look at your smartphone the same way again. Let's start with a very simple question. How much do you pay to use Instagram every day? Nothing. How much does it cost to type a query into Google? Zero. What is the monthly subscription fee for endless scrolling on TikTok? It's completely free. Watching thousands of hours of high-definition video on YouTube? Also free. But here is the massive reality check. These platforms cost billions of dollars just to keep their massive server farms running. They employ thousands of the smartest software engineers, psychologists, and data scientists on the planet with exorbitant salaries. So, how are these multi-billion-dollar companies staying afloat, let alone breaking global profit records every single quarter? Are they just operating as digital charities out of the goodness of their hearts? Of course not. Let me flip the perspective for a second and hit you with the cold, hard truth. If a business is providing a highly complex service to millions or even billions of people and charging them absolutely nothing for it, then you have to realize that you are not the customer. You are the product. Welcome to the attention economy, arguably the most lucrative and ruthless industry in modern human history. This is a digital ecosystem where your time, your focus, your psychological vulnerabilities, and your granular behavioral data are the most valuable assets in the world, far more precious than oil. Here is exactly how it works on a technical level. You open an app, you start scrolling, and immediately a sophisticated surveillance engine kicks into gear. The app watches everything, and I mean absolutely everything. It tracks what you click, but more importantly, it measures your dwell time, exactly how many milliseconds you hover over a specific post before moving on. It monitors what you skip, what you like, what you share, what times of day you're most active, and even the slight pauses in your thumb movement. Platforms like Meta even track you when you leave their apps using tools like the Meta Pixel, a tiny piece of code embedded in millions of websites that reports your shopping habits, your searches, and your interests right back to headquarters. Every tiny action, every hesitation gets recorded into a massive, constantly updating database. They don't collect this data to improve your life or make you a happier person. They collect it to map your psychology and understand you on a level that your closest friends and family don't even reach. Because once they understand your habits, your fears, your insecurities, and your hidden desires, they can predict your future behavior. And once they can predict your behavior with mathematical certainty, they can sell that prediction. Now, they don't sell your raw data directly. That's a common misconception. Instead, they sell access to your attention to the real customers, advertisers. Companies willingly pay platforms like Meta, Google, and ByteDance billions of dollars to show their advertisements to the exact, highly specific group of people most likely to open their wallets. They aren't paying for random billboards on a highway, hoping someone drives by and cares. They are paying for precision-targeted psychological triggers. Behind the scenes, these platforms use a complex system called real-time bidding. In the literal milliseconds it takes for a web page or an app feed to load, a silent, invisible auction happens where automated algorithms bid on your eyeballs based on your digital profile. That is exactly why you'll be talking about a random product, or even just thinking about it after briefly pausing on a related video, and suddenly it appears in your feed. You think to yourself, why am I seeing this exact product right now? Is my phone literally listening to my conversations? No, it's not luck, and it's not magic. It's data. It's predictive analytics so terrifyingly sharp that the algorithm calculated you wanted that product before you even fully realized it yourself. Now, here's why this specific business model is so profoundly dangerous, yet so unbelievably profitable. Traditional businesses make money when you buy a product once. You buy a pair of shoes, the transaction is over. But this attention-based model, it makes money every single second you stay engaged. The longer you scroll, the more ads they can slip into your feed, and the more money prints into their bank accounts. So, what is their ultimate corporate goal? It is absolutely not to help you learn, not to connect you with friends, and certainly not to save your time. Their sole fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders is to keep you hooked, staring at the screen for as long as humanly possible. That is why these apps feel literally impossible to put down. They aren't just well-designed. They're meticulously engineered using the exact same psychological principles as casino slot machines. Features like infinite scrolling, a concept invented by Ozzy Raskin, who later deeply regretted his creation, ensure that there is no natural stopping point or bottom to the page. Autoplay videos remove the need for you to make a conscious choice to keep watching, hijacking your brain's default mode. Perfectly timed notifications use a concept called variable reward schedules, a psychological trick discovered by behaviorist B.F. Skinner, which proves that unpredictable rewards create the most highly addictive behaviors in the human brain. Every time your phone buzzes or pings, your brain releases a tiny hit of dopamine, creating a neurological loop that keeps you coming back for more, craving that next digital validation. All of these features are designed by armies of behavioral psychologists for one singular purpose: to hijack your attention span. Because your attention is their inventory, and the world's biggest brands are the desperate buyers. Think about the massive scale of this operation for a moment. Alphabet, Google's parent company, generates hundreds of billions of dollars a year primarily when you search or watch YouTube, because it places highly relevant ads directly in your line of sight. Meta brings in over $130 billion annually, almost entirely because it shows you targeted ads while you scroll through pictures of your friends and family on Facebook and Instagram. TikTok has revolutionized the game entirely, capturing the attention of the younger generation with a highly aggressive discovery algorithm, turning their viewing habits into an advertising goldmine. They're all different platforms with different interfaces and different cultural vibes, but underneath it all, they are running the exact same money machine. But here's the craziest part, the part that most people completely fail to realize as they waste hours of their day endlessly swiping. You're not just passively consuming content and watching ads. You're actively performing unpaid labor. You're training the system. Every single time you swipe, every time you linger on a controversial or enraging video, you're feeding the algorithm a critical piece of feedback. You are effectively telling the machine, show me more of this. Over weeks, months, and years, the content gets better, more addictive, more highly polarized, and flawlessly personalized to your exact psychological makeup. The algorithm learns what makes you angry, what makes you laugh, and what makes you instinctively buy on impulse. It creates a personalized echo chamber designed to keep you trapped in a continuous cycle of consumption, until finally, it reaches a point where it feels like the app knows you better than you know yourself. And at that precise moment, you're no longer just using the platform to pass the time or stay connected. The platform is using you to print billions of dollars. This is exactly why companies built entirely on capturing and selling human attention are worth not just billions, but trillions of dollars combined. They don't manufacture physical goods. They don't sell tangible products. They sell human attention. They package up your time, your focus, and your behavior, and they sell it at an unprecedented global scale to the highest bidder in fractions of a second. So, the next time you open your phone to mindlessly scroll, the next time you feel that irresistible, phantom urge to check your notifications for the 100th time today, I want you to stop and ask yourself one very important question. Am I the customer here? Or am I the product being sold? Because this attention economy is just one type of invisible money machine operating in the shadows of our modern world. And in the next video, we're going to completely break down another massive, hidden business model that makes insane amounts of money from something people never even stop to think about. There are no ads, no physical products, and no obvious selling involved. Just pure, ruthless strategy that exploits everyday human behavior. And once you see how this next machine works, the illusion will shatter, and you will start spotting these hidden money machines everywhere you look. So, if you truly want to understand how money moves behind the scenes and how the modern world actually operates, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because this channel is dedicated to breaking down the massive businesses and the secret financial empires that no one else is talking about. If you want to stay ahead of the system and uncover the business secrets they don't want you to know, hit that subscribe button right now. We decode the hidden money machines of the world, one video at a time.